Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brendan and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to be explaining Bitcoin's clear warning signs that are right in front of our eyes, because as Bitcoin approaches all-time highs of $20,000, a lot of people are starting to get PTSD that history could be repeating itself and that lightning could be striking twice. And what I mean by this is that the last time that Bitcoin went on this parabolic run up to $20,000, it precedingly fell all the way down to $3,000. And then the most previous time of when Bitcoin recovered from $3,000 up to $14,000, it fell back down to $4,000. So there's a lot of people in this area seeing Bitcoin recover once again to a similar price level, wondering if lightning will strike twice, or in this case, a third time, and if Bitcoin is getting ready to tank once again. So today, I want to talk about everything bearish that could happen on Bitcoin and all the bearish case arguments that one could look at and envision. So if any of that sounds interesting, make sure you guys stick around for the entire length of the video, as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this guy. Now, as someone who has been around through all of this, through 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, going into 2021 now, I have been around through all of this. If you guys know me, my Bitcoin journey has started a long time ago, and I've been making these videos for years. And so I am one of these people looking at this price level and saying, is it realistic that this could happen to us a third time on Bitcoin? And could we really be getting ready here to see another price drop out of absolutely nowhere? Now, I know this time it's not really out of nowhere, because we are approaching all-time highs. Bitcoin has been going absolutely parabolic, and the more we look at this on a 3-day time scale, we can see that this thing has not had a red day in a very, very long time, not a red 3-day in a very, very long time. It's just been consistent green candle after green candle, and we are just below all-time highs in what appears to be Bitcoin slowing down just a little bit. And I want to talk about this because a lot of people have said that, they're just trading Bitcoin, or maybe they're long-term investing, and then every time it goes up here, they go, oh, I wish I would have sold at 20K, or I wish I would have sold at 14K. Here we are at an opportunity where people could take profits, and a lot of people would say that they want to, and won't. Now, I've been around and through this, and I just know so many people, including myself, who kicked themselves when Bitcoin went from 1,000 to 20,000, and then when it gets back down to 3,000, they say, again, why did I never sell? I want to focus a little bit less on this now, since I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but let's talk about the actual bearish evidence that there is for Bitcoin. Now, number one, history has shown us that once we get to these price levels, Bitcoin rejects. Now, also, Bitcoin has been on a macro uptrend for a lot of years now, forming consistently higher swing lows. But who's to say that this can't reject here, and that Bitcoin isn't overextended to the upside? Now, I do want to take a quick look at the MACD and the RSI over here and kind of round these guys down to the 1 day. Now, if you guys remember from yesterday's video, I talked about everything bullish on Bitcoin. The point of today's video is to play a little bit of devil's advocate here, stir the pot a little bit, and talk about anything bearish that I can see on Bitcoin, and any reason that one could have to be bearish. So I'm not necessarily saying that I am bearish, but I really do want to talk about both sides of this coin here, because I think it's always important. And so what we can see is that there is some bearish divergence forming over here on this 1 day. We can see very clearly on a daily time scale that Bitcoin is forming lower swing highs, not once, not twice, but actually 3 times now. And what this could mean here is that Bitcoin is actually losing levels of bullish momentum upon every attempt to the upside. And while the price action is increasing, the actual strength of the bulls is decreasing with this. And so this could just be Bitcoin running on fumes and preparing to actually see some downside. Now, same thing over here with this RSI. This RSI looks like it's starting to run out of gas. Now, I know a lot of people are going to look at this and say, you are absolutely crazy if you think that this RSI looks like it's about to run out of gas. But if we look, and I'm sorry for my chart as it is extremely cluttered, and I have not cleaned it up in a little while, but Bitcoin is known for reaching this area, and I want to zoom out to a 3-day just to kind of emphasize where we're at. Every single time that Bitcoin has gotten up here, it has rejected and fallen down on a macro scale, and we are approaching this exact same range, which could just again signify that it might be profit taking time for Bitcoin. Now again, nothing I say is legal, financial, or tax advice in any way, but this has been a historically good area to take out some profits. So back to the candle chart, of course, we do have all-time high resistance over here on Bitcoin. We have the top of this parallel channel, and we are starting to see a little bit of sell-off on this 3-day candle of Bitcoin. Now, we did break above the heart line. My only fear here is that if we zoom this back into a 1-day time scale, Bitcoin really has not been setting a lot of support for itself because it has just been, once again, going very, very parabolic, and there is not a lot of consolidation support in this area. In fact, I would say that the soonest support that Bitcoin has is $16,000, and that's not going to be a strong one. The real support test would come when it comes down to around 13.7K, 13.8K, which is the previous top from this, from last year. So above that, we also have the 50 EMA, which is this golden line that we have over here on this daily time scale. But Bitcoin, it very well could be overextending over here. Again, the indicators and oscillators can be thrown out the window sometimes, especially when Bitcoin is going parabolic. But I think it's worthwhile to at least acknowledge that we have seen these levels before. I'm not by any means selling off all of my Bitcoin. But to a degree, I have done a lot of buying the dip over the last couple of years. And since I have done so much buying the dip, I am not ashamed to sell part of the rip. Again, I'm buying a lot of the dip and just selling part of the rip here. It's just simple profit taking, minimizing risk. I believe in Bitcoin long term. I believe in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology long term. But I've been in this industry, or I've been in this area long enough to realize that if something is reaching all-time highs, and I have done a ton of investing on buying the dip, I can at least take profit on some of that when Bitcoin does go up to areas where it could very well have strong resistance. So that's a little bit of what I'm doing over here. Again, I'm very, very bullish on Bitcoin in the long term, guys. I'm very, very bullish on cryptocurrency in the long term, but there are some things that, that just kind of make sense. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the mem size pool, and maybe I'll save this for a second video. I have a feeling I'm going to make a video like this again because there's just so much to cover, and I'm kind of just skipping over things. But Bitcoin's mem pool, if you guys aren't familiar, is actually capped out at 300, and this can be adjusted based upon the node keeper, and we'll get into the more specifics of that in just a second. But Bitcoin is consistently, or not consistently, but it has been hitting over 80 with a max of 300, and we are only at 17 or 18,000 right now. This kind of begs the question to the scalability of Bitcoin and say, can this really handle a $50,000 Bitcoin or $100,000 or $200,000 Bitcoin? If we are using just below a third of Bitcoin's mempool at $17,000, what will happen when we're at 100,000? Could this lead to the first Bitcoin crash, or the real first crash of its network? There's a lot of theorizing as to what could happen here. And again, I don't want to pump too much FUD in here, but this is just some stuff from Reddit. Not that Reddit is in any way a credible source for this stuff, but I think that they do a really good job here of breaking this down on a more simple level that anyone can understand without getting into too much technicals of what this mempool means. So I just want to leave this up for a second while I talk about it. Now, again, I understand Reddit is not the source that you want to use for backing up facts, but I want to put this here because I think that they do a good job of breaking this down in a simple way that obviously people can punch a lot of holes into. Now, the good news here is that there's a lot of solutions for this. There's a lot of solutions for the mempool issues on Bitcoin. People talk about the Lightning Network being the most popular of them, but there's a lot of other things that people can use as a solution over here. So I do want to go ahead and go back to the chart and kind of recap what this could look like to the downside of Bitcoin, because I do believe that if Bitcoin is going to fall to anywhere, I think that last year's previous high or the 50 EMA on this daily time scale is going to be the most probable area. Now, of course, this is going to be around $14,000, which coincidentally enough is where that previous year's high is, alongside the 50 EMA on this one-day time scale and the bottom of this parallel channel that we have used as a consistent trend line of both support and resistance for the entirety of this year. So there's a lot of action happening in this area. You have three different forms of what could very well be a very, very strong support for Bitcoin if it does want to fall. And so lots of excitement and theorizing. Now, again, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. Don't hate me too much. I had to play a little bit of a a devil's advocate role here to talk about anything that I could see or bring up as bearish on Bitcoin. Now, obviously, if you guys know me, I've been making bullish videos for probably 4 or 5 months now, 6 months probably even, on Bitcoin, just talking about how bullish it is. So obviously, I am in love with Bitcoin. I've been making videos on it for years, but sometimes I like to make these devil's advocates videos just to kind of stir the pot. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, let me know what side you guys are on. Are you guys on the side of the bulls or the bears? Let me know why in the comment section down below, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.